Yesterday's price is not today's price.
Hope I'm coming through loud and clear tonight because I had a little technical difficulty earlier. So hopefully you can hear me loud and clear because, we got a great show tonight. Yesterday's price is not today's price. And we all know that this is the no FOMO zone. The price that you see yesterday might not be the same once the market reacts. So crap. See, that's why we talking about technical difficulties. This is why we do what we do here. I'm your host, J-Dub, the Bad Boy Nerd. Welcome to another episode of the Bad Boy Nerds F.O.C. Top 10 show, except tonight it's a totally different show. Tonight is not the F.O.C. Top 10 show. Tonight is the Free Comic Book Day Top 10 show. Oh, snap. Bruh, check it out. So for the first time in my 3-year history of doing this is the very first inaugural J-Dub Bad Boy Nerd Free Comic Book Day Top 10 show. Yes, you heard that correctly. Oh, thank you, man. He said the audio is good. Good looking out, Ed, man. You're one of the real ones. You're a day one. Yeah, man. Just got the bright idea, even though the books are free. So let's talk about this real quick. Free Comic Book Day is coming up, all right? And it falls on Star Wars Day. Oh, my God. Oh, the fan gods love us. The fan gods have shown their glory and shine. They have shined down on all of us fanboys and girls. Free Comic Book Day happens to fall on May the 4th. Of course, we know that May the 4th is fucking Planet Earth Star Wars Day. So can it get better than Free Comic Book Day / Star Wars Day? May the 4th be with you. Oh my God. Such a good time to be alive. Such a good time to be a fanboy and girl. I'm excited. This is why we're here tonight. So if you were looking for an F.O.C. Top 10 countdown, not tonight. Tonight is a different show, and I've been telling you guys, I told you guys I was going to do this. I said I'm going to sneak up and do a special Free Comic Book Day show. What I've noticed collecting free comic books, I've noticed that, and I don't know if you've noticed this, but Free Comic Book Day is a BFD, man. Like Free Comic Book Day, not just for the industry to bring people together, for the diehard fans like us, and then the casual fans that come in on weekends. Also for like the comic book muggles, the other people that we talked about in last week's episode. The people that sometimes kind of sort of finds their way to a comic book store if something big makes it into the news. Those people. That's what this day is about. This day is about the other people who probably never walk into a store and they're like, oh, what is this? What is this all about? Let's go check this out. Let's take the whole family. All right. That's coming up in about 4 weeks. Yeah. So here's what I noticed about Free Comic Book Day. And some of you out there probably noticed as well. Some of these free comic books have some real value to them, especially for being free. And you guys know I'm always talking about what is the easiest comic book spec play for the past 3 years. You can type it in the comments. I don't even have to say it. One of the easiest spec plays of the past 3 years. I've been saying it as my motto for forever now. But it turns out that sometimes free comic books they're free. You just walk in and get them. So with that being said, lo and behold, there's a bit of an aftermarket for some of these books. I remember last year, one of the big books was the DC Special Edition, the foil edition. All right, those were going at a 100% premium, meaning if you can get one, I think the cover was going for like $9 or $10, but people were buying them for like $20, $25 because, of quite simply, they're just not available everywhere. And some stores under order and they sell out, even though they're free. By the way, if you didn't know it, stores have to order these books in large bundles, and they're like 5 cents or a couple of cents each, but they're actually not free to store owners. I just want y'all to be sure and make sure y'all knew that. So, store owners have to commit to buying bundles of books, is what they do to make sure everyone has enough. And so, what we talked about last week and the past 2 weeks is that you can actually pre order a free comic book day comic book. And some of these books sell out very quickly, and that's what we're going to talk about in today's episode. And when I say sell out, I mean they just go quickly. They get handed out. So like I said, it's a big effing deal. Free comic book day for some of these books. The premiere of Brielle, Blade's daughter, debuted free comic book day. That sells for a premium. A free book selling for a premium, graded $70. All right. We all know, what was the big one? I think Dr. Paul mentioned that one of the biggest free comic book days probably ever was Umbrella Academy. Something like 15, 20 years ago, free comic book day. That goes for hundreds of dollars. A free book. All right. Just recently, was it Mr. Negative? I think it was Mr. Negative, one of Spider-Man's villains. Free comic book day. That goes for a hefty premium. And even recently, we talked about Brielle. It was something that, Star Wars High Republic Adventures and Star Wars High Republic. In the past 3 years, they have free comic book day offerings. They go for a premium. So, what we're going to talk about today, I identified 10 books. Now, I'm not saying these are 10 books that's going to break the market. All right. You guys know me. You know me better than that. I only make the list. All right. I don't control the market. However, that being said, I do pay very, 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 very close attention to what's going on. So I got a keen idea of certain books that are going to do certain moves and make certain waves out there. And these are the 10 books I think you should look at. But before then, I want to say happy new comic book day to everyone out there. I hope everyone had a great new comic book Wednesday yesterday. If you follow my list, or, you buy what you love, obviously, but quite a bit of my F.O.C. top 10 came out yesterday. I actually took it easy. All right. Normally, I put my money where my mouth is, but something special happened this week, and I want to share it with you guys out there. There's something very special. And when I show you there's something very special, you're going to be like, oh, snap, that is pretty effing special. But first, I do want to show you the books that I did pick up from New Comic Book Day, Wednesday. First up, I picked up this Immortal Thor number 9. This is the connecting variant that connects to Roxanne Thor. All right. This is actually if you haven't read this yet, first of all, Al Ewing is knocking it out of the park. So if you haven't read this yet, this is a great read. But Al Ewing's going very, very meta with this. It's kind of hard to explain, but he's taking that Marvel approach of a comic book within a comic book, talking about a comic book. It breaks the fourth wall. It goes multi-dimensional meta. You just got to read it to understand it. But this is the Roxanne Thor. Now, Roxanne Thor is going to be a spinoff of Immortal Thor. And that cover is going to connect to this one. And the B-side is going to be the Roxanne Thor storyline. So that's the whole thing. Read up on it. It's a great read. This was a wild issue. And it was the soft debut of Chad. Chad, the Roxanne Thor creation, the corporate Thor. Kind of similar to how WWE, The Rock, we went from the people's champ to corporate champ. We have a corporate Thor. And the other book I picked up, and this shouldn't be any surprise to anyone who ever follows me ever. Yeah, I got my Archie key issues. Yeah, I got a few of them, but these are the two right here. Now, Archie always does their debut in the top corner, and we've talked about Archie before. I know some people kind of like, man, what the hell, Archie? Yeah, man, Archie. For so many reasons that a lot of Archie characters, I've said before, they cross over into different media, but they always make their first appearances most of the time in comic book form. So they always have their debut. They put them up in the upper corner. These are extremely hard to find because I'm here in Austin, Texas. I frequent maybe 5 stores, and only 2 stores even had this book at all. And they were 2 stores that I ordered from. So I actually went to 2 different stores to pick up the pre orders. A couple of other stores don't even carry Archie. Now, Archie is very niche. Okay. I don't expect people to stampede and run out and grab them. I think in the 3 years of doing my show, I think I had maybe 4 or 5 Archie key books. And yeah, at least 2, maybe 3 of them popped, sold at a nice premium, about a 3 time multiple. But yeah, I just like, I'm a collector. I like to build my portfolio. I like to diversify. So yeah, I picked up these Archie keys with the debut of Daisy Thunder. So yeah, Archie is always really good for their comic book characters to cross over to medium. They cross over into the novels. They cross over into animation. They cross over into the TV shows. So yeah, I just like collecting those. But here's the reason why I didn't go ham on this week's new comic book day. There's a very, very particular reason why. And I want to share that reason with you guys out there. So for all of yous out there who's watching, if you are a fanboy nerd like I am, nerd true to my heart, all right, this is the reason why I had to take it easy on this week's new comic book day. Stay right there. We're going to do the first unboxing live. All right. So maybe some of you know what this is if you nerd out like I do. But this was the debut of one of the hottest Lego sets ever. Yes, I said Legos. So for the first time in Lego history, the first Dungeons and Dragons set was released this past week in the 50-year history of Dungeons and Dragons. This was the first one. So I spent some money. Oh, God dang, this is heavy. And yeah, I pre-ordered a set. Now, for those of you out there who don't know about this, yeah, so they had a contest like 3 years ago for fans to design and submit design ideas. So one lucky fan won, and the Lego engineers took that idea and turned it into this. So you're actually looking at the very first Dungeons and Dragons Lego set ever, which is hard to believe, right? Because Lego turns everything into a set. Dude, this is heavy. This thing is massive. I mean, it's got the dragon. It's got everything. It's got the all the different monsters. I'm running out of breath holding this heavy ass thing up. But yeah, first edition. I think they sold out immediately, but I actually managed to grab a couple of these actually. But this is a beauty. I can't wait to put it together. 3,745 pieces. It's fucking amazing. So yeah, oh, good Lord. Oh, Jesus. That's why I didn't buy too many comic books this week, because I spent a significant amount of money on that Lego set. God dang, that pulled my back trying to hold that thing up. So yeah, that happened. And I think it's happening now. Last I checked, they were selling in the aftermarket for like $500-$600. I pre-ordered mine like I do with everything. You guys aren't surprised. I researched. I did a pre-order, managed to get a few sets, and then they sold out the next day. But yeah, man, damn, that shit was heavy. Yeah, that was the first Dungeons and Dragons Lego set, and me being the massive fanboy nerd that I am, I had to get a few for myself, and that's where all my money went. I blew like a whole couple of months worth of comic books budget on those Lego sets. But that ain't going to stop the show because we're about to get into what you guys came here for, which is the very first Bad Boy Nerd top 10 for a free comic book day. All right, guys, let's do this. Let me pull up my notes. I know you guys are very eager to see what kind of craziness I pull out of my butt when it comes to this stuff. So you've already heard me say that free comic books, even though they're free, they can do extremely well in the aftermarket. So here are 10 books that I think are going to do very well. And you can take my list and look over it, see for yourself. And you know that free comic books are ranked by like gold level. They got like gold level and silver level. I'm not sure what that means because you can get a hold of any of them, to be quite honest. But like I said before, you can actually talk to your local comic shop and simply pre-order them. All right. Now, last year, there were certain books that were in high demand. And even though they're free, they just got snatched up immediately. So yeah, if you are interested in certain books, just send an email. Send an email or next week, go in and say, hey, here's a list of free comic book day books that I would love for you to pull for me and set them aside. And here's my top 10 list for this year. All right. Starting off at number 10, Free Comic Book Day from IDW Monster High. Now, I'm not even going to pretend that I even watched this or know much about it, but I am somewhat aware of what Monster High is. And Monster High is a Mattel toy product, and they have been incredibly popular for young girls and teenage girls and YA stuff for like the past 10, 15 years. Uh, TV specials, animation, $1 billion industry for toys. Apparently, this is the very first time outside of novels that Monster High has been presented in comic book format. So for those of you like me who like to collect cool stuff, especially first time stuff, Monster High starts in at number 10 on the list, being a very lucrative product from Mattel, and the first time being a comic book format. So Monster High snagged the number 10 spot. Now, let's talk about number 9. Far Cry. If any gamers out there, all right, you know Far Cry is incredibly popular. You know what else is incredibly popular? Comic books that are based on video games. And you know what's even more popular than that? Free Comic Book Day comic books that are based on video games. I've seen people literally buy Free Comic Book Day books based on their games because, again, they have such a large fan base that these tend to sell out quickly. And by sell out, I mean they come in and grab them off the shelf for free. Once free comic books are gone, they're gone. Then it becomes a treasure hunt trying to find them. For someone like this, people that are fans of Far Cry, this issue is going to have 3 or 4 characters from different Far Cry, like Far Cry 2, 3, 4, and they're putting a lot of them together in one book. So I feel like that was pretty interesting that they're putting all these different characters together. One of the very popular video game adaptations for free comic book days is usually Zelda. From all the lists I saw, I didn't see anything Zelda this year, but Far Cry comes in at number 9. I think this is going to be a hot one. Check out number 8. Now, number 8 was major last year. Oh my God. Conan the Barbarian. Yo, check it out. People go crazy, and I don't know why, but people go crazy over Conan the Barbarian on Free Comic Book Day. Maybe it's the artwork, maybe it's the stories, maybe it's the fact that, you know, you get this awesome book for free. But when I tell you for 3 years in a row, when I've been a part of Free Comic Book Day, Conan's get snatched up like hotcakes, man. Like people really love FCBD Conan. They really love it. Don't ask me why, I'm not sure. But another Conan offering, it's like clockwork. Every year, these go immediately fast. I don't know I know Conan can be pretty cool, but apparently there's a whole Conan following that they looking forward to this. So you've been told Conan, if you want to get a hold of Conan, but that's going to segue into the number 7 book, because this one I feel like is going to be a big, 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 big BFD come May 4th. Coming in at number 7. None other than Popeye. I Lie Popeye. All right. Why is Popeye here? And why is Popeye in the top 10? So, a couple of reasons why. First of all, Popeye's awesome. We already know that. But they're actually going to relaunch Popeye. If you've seen the memes, you've probably seen the memes online. All right. There's been a lot of AI memes with Will Smith as Popeye. That's not actually too far from the truth. So, there are some studios looking at Popeye to do a live action relaunch. From what I understand, it does not star Will Smith, but we shall see TBD. But, however, we talked about this guy last week, the one and only Marcus Williams. Same guy that's going to be drawing Edge of Spider-Verse number 4 with the multiverse Spider-Woman. Yes, Marcus Williams is going to be the artist behind his new Popeye book. Folks, I did not know Popeye as a character is over 100 years old. I had no idea that Popeye was that damn old. So yeah, I think this is actually going to be a pretty big book on New Comic or Free Comic Book Day. Again, maybe something you want to add to your collection. This could be a nice tie-in for adaptation, tying in to a possible. There's so many ifs, ands, and maybes, but that's the fun about Free Comic Book Day. There's all these ifs, ands, and maybes. There's all this speculation going on. So yes, Popeye is on the number 10, coming in at number 7. All right. Number 6, this one's pretty easy. I think this one's pretty easy. Energon Universe. Now, we all know that the Energon Universe, all right, was a pretty big deal this past year. Energon Universe merges Void Rivals, the original storyline, Transformers, and G.I. Joe into a shared universe. For anyone who's reading it, so far it has been loosely tied in. All right, there's been a couple Easter eggs and cameos here and there, but they haven't fully come together. From what they've been talking about in the previews of this book, this might be the actual book where they finally bridge all 3 worlds together. Don't quote me on that. The solicits, the teasers have been talking about this, but Void Rivals, Transformers, and G.I. Joe, it's very possible they might finally all come together, do some things in this particular book. So this is going to be a big deal for all you fans of the Energon Universe, coming in at number 6. Oh man, it just gets hotter from here, dude. Trust me. Like this is hot enough right here, but yeah, it's about to get even hotter for free comic books. I know, crazy, right? All right, who do we got next? All right, coming in at number 5. Dang, okay. Ninja Turtles. Now, Ninja Turtles, if you were paying attention last year, Ninja Turtles was a hot one. They put out a really hot book for Free Comic Book Day. I want to say they were going for like $6 and $7 in the aftermarket. Yeah, you heard me right. Free comic books were selling in the aftermarket for like $6 and $7. People really love their Ninja Turtle stuff. This one is actually going to premiere a brand new character in the Ninja Turtle universe. So, again, you have an offering with a brand new character, a very, very solid fan base with Ninja Turtles. All the people who are the fans, they are going to be scurrying to get this book. Trust me, that is the correct word, scurrying. You've been to a comic book store on a Wednesday, it's a scurry, okay? Fans of Ninja Turtles are really going to be hunting this book down. look for it in the aftermarket and see what it does. Something tells me that people are going to be snatching this book up, so it comes in at number 5. All right, here we go. This is where things really start to heat up, folks, right here coming up. Number 4. Now, yeah, I know it sounds a little bit cliche. I know that. But almost every year, like clockwork, DC does one of two things. I don't even have to say it. You're thinking it, I'm going to say it. DC always does a reset. Freaking every year, they do a reset. They introduce some kind of new crisis. Or in this case, they're going to reestablish the power balance of the entire DC universe. They do it every year. They do it every year. They usually do it at the end of each year, or they do it like now. They introduce the coming crisis on Free Comic Book Day, and then it comes around to about November, December. Then they relaunch it all. So January 2025, we might get a relaunch of the DC universe. This right here is going to be the preview of that. Right off the bat, I'm looking at Failsafe. I'm looking at Brainiac Queen, who was just recently introduced. So basically, DC's kind of telling us that Brainiac Queen is here to stay. And they're telling us that Failsafe, we have not seen the last of Failsafe. And right there, it looks like Bruce is okay because Bruce is going through some shit right now. So yeah, we can see more of Failsafe, where I guess Brainiac Queen, she's part of it now. She's part of the universe. And all they talking, and obviously Amanda Waller is going to get involved. But yeah, this is going to be a big one. This is going to sell out. Listen very carefully. Listen very carefully. They usually don't announce this publicly, but there might be some special foils or they might be some one per store type of offerings. Here's how you crack that code. When you order a book, especially like this DC Absolute Power Special Edition, tell your store, say, hey, give me a copy of the DC book. And if the store gets any special covers, let me get a crack at that as well. Usually stores don't even know it's coming, or they know at the last second. Some of this news as of April 4th, there's going to be more news that comes out in the following weeks. So there's very, very, very possible there might be a special edition of the special edition. Just giving y'all that heads up. All right, that's some serious fire for free comic books. And here we go into the top 3, cracking number 3. I think you guys will love this. Now, you guys know, first of all, y'all know I don't chase all the whales. Y'all know that about me. My Little Pony guy right here. All right. The Archie guy right here. All right. The Dungeons and Dragons guy. Yeah, those were all major home runs last year. Okay. Barkham Asylum. I just love saying that. Barkham Asylum. This is, shit, I gotta look at my notes. The debut of DC Comics Villains Pets. So you're looking at Jester, Joker's dog. Has this not been done before? This just sounds like something that should have been done before. All right, so yeah, DC Comics is debuting Villains Pets for the first time. I'm having that weird thing, the Mandela effect, where I could have swore they introduced Villains Pets before because superhero pets have been a thing forever. The Joker has never had a dog. I don't know, but the Villains Pets are making their debut on Free Comic Book Day. Folks, this is going to be a big deal. I know this sounds goofy and it sounds silly, but trust me, this is such a hot collector's item. It's such a niche thing. Kids are going to get it. Usually the all ages things are what are the hottest items. Adults, teens, small kids, everyone's going to want a piece of Barkham Asylum. So yeah, Barkham Asylum. You hear to hear. It's going to be a hot one. People are going to love this book. I got to be honest. I'm just curious to see DC Villains Pets. Yeah, that came in at number 3. Could have easily been number 1 or number 2, but number 2 is number 2. And here it is. Coming in at number 2 I mean, obviously, right? Obviously, it's kind of too easy, right? Sometimes it kind of does the work for you, right? So let's do it this way. You know how contests will have the two last people on the stage and they'd be like, in second place. So first place automatically knows who the winner is. Before I get to number one, if you're watching live, go ahead and type in the comments what you think number one is because you haven't seen it yet. And if you know me, you know me. Number one is blank. Otherwise, here's number two. Yeah. So the Ultimate Universe is on fire. Spider-Man's on fire again. Everyone's loving it. This is a Spider-Man / Ultimate Universe special. And it debuts a new character. So anytime the debut of a new character in a free comic book day, all your radars and green lights should start flashing. This is a go, go, go. Must, must, must. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, I know it's free comic book day. Yes, I know it's for the muggles and the kids, but F that. Us hardcore collectors, go get you a couple of nice, clean copies, send them off, get them graded, try to land a 9.8. Hey, who knows? Who knows? You never know what a new character can do, right? It's worth it. That's what makes this all fun. All right. Since that's number one, you should know what number two, or since that's number two, you should know what number one is. Because if you don't know me, you should know me. If you're watching this, you do know me. If you follow me on Instagram, you absolutely know what I say. What is the easiest spec play in the galaxy for the past 3 years? Yeah, obviously. I am a Stan, I am a homer, and I have not been proven wrong so far. Coming in at number one, Bad Boy Nerds. Free comic book day top 10. Coming in at number one. None other than you goddamn right. Star Wars, The High Republic Adventures, The Young Jedi Adventures. Folks, literally the easiest spec play. And by spec play, I mean it's too easy to pre-order a copy, hang on to it, long-term potential, mid-term potential, hell, immediate flip potential, okay? So here's the skinny on this. The very first visual media live action animation for the High Republic is going to be Young Jedi Adventures. I think it's going to be, Disney Plus, right? This is our very first official look at the new characters. Yeah, he got it right. He just showed up late. Absolutely, man. You know me. Yeah, this is the very first look at the new characters. Now, there's going to be 3 first appearances that are key for this particular issue. A character named Kai Brightstar, Nubs, and Lice Soleil. Now, you're going to forget those names, and that's fine. The fact is, J-Dub, the bad boy nerd, I'm sitting here telling you right now, I'm going to snag a few copies. Yes, I said a few. I'm going to make my rounds. I'm going to take my little greedy paws. I'm going to grab quite a few of these. This is officially the prequel of the adaptation of the brand new Disney Plus forthcoming show featuring, for the first time, Star Wars High Republic characters on Disney Plus. And here you are. Number one for this week, Free Comic Book Day. And when you go in and when you see people make a mad dash for it, all right, and when you look at the aftermarket, you're going to be like, oh shit, that guy was right again. You won't have to worry about that because this is a no FOMO zone, right? We have no FOMO. Why? Because we already know what's coming. We're going to put in our pre-orders. We're going to tell our stores, and we're going to have a copy or 5 or 6 waiting for us. It's going to be the easiest spec play ever, and we're going to get some flips in, maybe, probably. I'm going to get mine. And so there you have it, folks. This was a very quick, brief show. We didn't have any guests this week. Everyone's busy doing adulting and life shit, but not me. I refuse to adult on a Thursday because I like to come here. I like to do this show, and I like to do it live. I like to do it for you guys. So, dudes, I hope you guys enjoyed the show. For some of you, here's your favorite part right here, the rundown. So here we go. Number 10, Monster High, Mattel's billion-dollar property for the first time in comic book format. The toys, the novels, the live-action specials, and the cartoon series. Damn. Number 9, Far Cry. Video game adaptations are always hot. They go quick. Number 8, Conan. Dude, Conan fans go rabid on Free Comic Book Day. These are going to go like crazy. The rumors are true. Popeye, it's happening. Here's a look. Marcus Williams, dope. Energon Universe, possible first time seeing everybody merge together. Void Rivals, G.I. Joe, Transformers, fingers crossed. Ninja Turtles, new characters, going quick. DC, every year, reset. Barkham Asylum, I just love saying it. Barkham Asylum. Grab a copy. Bad Guys, Pets, Joker, Jester Dog, love it. Ultimate Universe, too easy. Spider-Man, brand new character, get it. Of course, Star Wars, High Republic, new characters, too easy. I love doing this, man. I love doing this. I love hanging out with you guys. Thanks to you, man. You're one of the day ones. You know, one of these days, I'm going to really blow up or not. Who cares? But it's fun doing this. I know some of you guys, you really take these lists and you really launch them out there and you get your 15, 20, 30% discounts. Kudos to you because I do the same goddamn thing. What do you say? Still searching for that. Are you talking, Ed, are you talking about the D&D Lego set? Oh, yeah, let's talk about that real quick. So before I sign off, yeah, the D&D Lego set. I think that's what he's talking about, the Lego set? Or are you talking about the Dungeons and Dragons comic book? The Lego set is already on back order. That thing sold out day one. In fact, it sold out day zero. I woke up at like 2 o'clock in the morning, April 1st, and put my orders in. And I got my orders yesterday. So it got to my house in like 3 days, 2 days, actually. And then some of my nerd buddies tried to go order theirs, and you just can't. They're gone. They're on eBay if you want to spend $500 or $600, but I might just do a video of myself putting my Lego set together because this joint is badass. Yeah. So yeah, Ed and all you other guys, you can hang out with me on Instagram. Yeah, he said for sure. Yeah, man. Honestly, dude, my hat is off to you. I hope you find a set. So speculating is what I do. And I make no bones about it. I just do a lot of research, and I've been collecting for like 35 years. I'm a lot older than I look. So yeah, going back to like the 80s, 86, 87. So I've kind of seen different cycles come and go. I've seen books, all the books that people go crazy over, X-Men, dude, I've bought and sold dozens of collections. So I kind of know what's hot. That Dungeons and Dragons Lego set in the 50-year history of Dungeons and Dragons being a first edition, I'll probably hold on to these until the Christmas holiday or even long term. I'll probably just keep one sealed and stash it in my closet and just forget about it until years later. But I have one set I'm going to put together because that's what you do. You get Legos, you build them. So anyway, folks, thanks for hanging out live. I see y'all on Instagram. It was fun doing this. My very first Free Comic Book Day countdown show. See y'all later.